Hello, dear learners. How are you? I think you are fine by the grace of Almighty. I am Shubhashish Dash, back again with another class. And today, our subject is English first paper. And from English first paper, I will discuss poem. You know, in English first paper, you have to answer summary or theme of a poem. This poem can be textual and non-textual also. Today I have chosen a non-textual poem named
I wandered lonely
Cloud.
as a cloud.
The poem has been written by William Wordsworth, and this poem is also known as Daffodils. Let us first know about William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is an English poet. He was born in 1770 and died in 1850. He is also known as a romantic poet and a poet of nature. He defined poetry as poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. It takes its origin from the emotion recollected in tranquility. The poem I wandered lonely as a cloud is a perfect example of his strong love for nature. Let us listen to his poem.
I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of the bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils.
Okay, now I am again reading the first 4 lines of the poem. Let's start. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over the vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. In these first 4 lines of the poem, the writer is thinking himself a cloud or a cloud-like thing that has the ability to float or fly in the sky like the cloud. So he is floating over the hills and vales and going wherever he likes. Suddenly he finds a gathering of golden daffodils, beautiful and colorful daffodils. Actually, in these first 4 lines, the poet thinks himself a cloud. A cloud usually floats in the sky, and the poet is also floating in the sky and looking at the ground. Suddenly he finds a host of golden daffodil, a gathering of golden daffodil, and it draws his attention. Okay, next 4 lines. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. In these 4 lines, the poet tries to tell us that a beautiful and cheerful mind always finds another beauty. The poet finds the daffodils beside a lake, beneath the trees. So there is a lake and there are trees on its bank, and the daffodils are there in a continuous line, like the line in the Milky Way. So the poet here compares the flowers to stars in the sky and tells that the daffodils are dancing and fluttering in the gentle breeze. That is, the daffodils were very much happy, and the poet also becomes very much happy to see them dancing in the breeze. Okay, again the next 4 lines. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of the bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly delight. In this lines, at one point the poet says that the line of daffodils is never ending, and out of exaggeration he tells again that they are 10,000 in number, but it is impossible for one to count all these 10,000 flowers at a glance. Finally, he says these flowers are happy and delighted and expressing their joy by moving their heads in air. In the poem, the spiritual power of nature finds beautiful expression. Here, beauty of daffodils signifies the beauty of nature. Dear students, I think now you have understood the meaning of the poem. I have read out the first 12 lines of the poem. Now I am going to tell you the summary of these first 12 lines of the poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. Summary. The poet floats over the hills and vales as cloud, and suddenly he notices a host of golden daffodils beside the lake and under the trees. The beautiful daffodils draws his attention, and they are dancing and moving their heads in delight. He compares the flowers to the stars in the Milky Way in the sky. To him, these flowers are the representation of beauty of nature, which gives him immense pleasure. As a nature lover, the poet, he finds nature as a source of all joys of life. Now I am going to tell you the theme of the poem, that is the first 12 lines, theme of the first 12 lines. Okay, now in the lines of the poems, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, the poet tells us about the beauty of nature. Here, beautiful golden daffodils represent beauty of nature, and the poet finds immense pleasure watching the daffodils, while he is floating like cloud in the sky. To him, nature has the power to make us happy. Okay, dear student, thank you very much. Dear learners, thanks for watching. Thus read the poems and try to understand the meaning of the poems. Then you will be able to write summary and theme of any poem. Wishes for you all.
Goodbye. Take care.